A pleasant good afternoon to everyone. This is your professor once again, Danny Araneta Cabulay, for the subject or the course Recruitment and Selection. We are now in week number 11, and this is video lecture number 1 or part 1. So before we begin the lecture, I just want to give you some reminders once again. Make sure that you view all the video lectures or lecture videos on YouTube before the scheduled class on Tuesday. That means you have to watch it today or tomorrow or Tuesday. For easy access, it's best for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Danny Cabulay, and press the notification button so you would always get alerts on future videos. Watching the full video constitutes the student's attendance. So if you don't watch the video, you don't get a grade on attendance. And the proof I have that you have watched the video is answering the question at the end of each video, and that will constitute also your grade for recitation. So remember, for this week, there are 5 videos. They're very, very short, no? Ranging from 5 minutes all the way to as high as 18 minutes, okay? So make sure you watch all the videos. Answer all the questions and exercises asked in the videos and the PowerPoint lectures, and answer in the comments section. Okay? So no answer, no grade. Now, the take-home quiz or the e-portfolio task, which is at the end of the last video, video number 5, you have to submit that through my email address. And my email address is danny_cabulay2000@yahoo.com. But since we are in week 11, we did a simulated role play last time, and that will be for your task number 10 and 11. So it's counted as 2 tasks already. So we don't have any task for week 11, okay? You may download and save this video and save it in your electronic folder for future reference. So what exactly are we going to tackle this week? We will be talking about peculiarities of mass recruitment, who implements mass hiring, what is a typical budget for mass recruitment, challenges in mass recruitment, what are the steps in mass hiring, and the strategies in mass hiring. So let's start with the first term we need to define. What is mass hiring or mass recruitment? Mass recruitment is an HR undertaking by an organization or placement agency wherein a large number of job positions need to be filled up within a given period of time. Its complex logistical requirements entails careful organization, communication, and documentation. Remember those 3 things. So let's start with, how do we organize a mass recruitment campaign? You need to pay attention to the resources. What are the resources that you need, like supplies, posters, booths, giveaways, the staff meals, as well as other things you might be needing. Then you have to think of the venue. What is a good and suitable venue? You should be able to control the noise level. And then it should be comfortable for all the applicants to be seated and observe social distancing because we are still in a pandemic. What kind of manpower do you need to launch this kind of massive recruitment campaign? Yung mga tauhan na kailangan natin. Sino mag-i-scan ng mga CVs? Who are going to conduct the preliminary interviews? And then when you need managers, which are these managers that you need? No? Sino sila? And then, because you have to take them out of their offices, so they will spend time interviewing applicants. And then also the drivers and other staff that you need, especially if you're going to do the interview outside your office and you need to transport some supplies, paraphernalia, etc. Let's say you're going to do the interview in a job fair, okay? So you have to transport some equipment, some tools, some supplies, some paraphernalia. And then finally, the budget for expenses. Maybe some of these are petty expenses. And then the exhibit registration fees, if you're going to do it in a exhibit booth, for example. And then the allowances of the staff, etc. Now, What about the communications in a mass recruitment campaign? What do we mean by that? Of course, it starts with management approval. Is this campaign approved by top management? If it's not approved, you cannot pursue that. Okay, your expenses will not be reimbursed. Memo to identify the composition of the team. Sino bang kasama dito sa campaign na to? Coordination, brainstorming, and planning sessions. Yes, it may take several meetings. And sometimes you need to plan it out ahead. Okay? Communication protocols. Okay? Communication to the public. So this is your advertisement. What is the message that you want to convey? And then incoming queries, yung mga nag-i-inquire by phone, by email, by social media, who's going to handle all of that communication? There will be a lot of them since this is a mass hiring campaign. And finally, the acceptance and rejection messages to the applicants. If they're accepted, what do you say? If they're not accepted or they're waitlisted, what do you say? That is very important. Feedbacking, okay? Now, when you talk about documentation of a mass recruitment campaign, you're talking about, you always have to refer to the original plan. So there must be a recruitment campaign plan. Ano ba ang plano? Okay? Filing system, very important. So when you receive documents, you classify them, you prioritize them, you have to put them in a very orderly filing system. Then the standard forms that you're going to use, the application forms, the various test questionnaire that you need to reproduce, and memos, okay? Statistical results. How many people applied versus the target number of applicants? And then how many applicants are qualified versus the initial target shortlist? So you have to compare these statistical results. So you would gauge if your recruitment campaign was effective at all. Then finally, decision making. So do we terminate the campaign as in, it's not working? Or do we extend it? Or do we terminate it because it's completed, it's finished? Or do we extend it because we have not yet met our target? So those are decisions you need to make. So you need to document those decisions also. Now, examples of mass recruitment. Who does this, okay? For example, Cathay Pacific Airways is recruiting 1,500 new flight attendants in 46 countries. Especially when the pandemic is over, all these airlines will be doing mass hiring because many people have been laid off, and now, if the pandemic is over, they need to hire brand new staff because business as usual. The economy is up and running again. Teleperformance advertised its opening for 3,600 new call center agents for its 16 offices nationwide. That is mass hiring. Consunhi, one of the biggest builders or construction companies in the country, is mass hiring for 645 construction workers for its newest infrastructure project in Metro Manila. So you see what's common among these three? The large number of job openings that need to be filled out, okay? So what are the peculiar characteristics of mass recruitment or mass hiring? How does it differ from your ordinary or regular hiring? First, there is a large number of vacant positions to be filled out, usually 100 or more. Pero kung 10 lang naman yung hinahire mo, hindi mass hiring yan. It's just regular hiring. But if you're hiring, let's say, 10,000 workers, wow, that's a lot, okay? So that's a huge recruitment campaign. Secondly, it requires a reliable team of HR professionals to conduct the recruitment as well as the selection task. Kasi you need a lot of interviewers, you need a lot of CV scanners, etc., etc. It may also involve more than one recruitment strategy. You may want to use several para talagang effective. Kasi kung isa lang, hindi kakayanin. You may not yield the best results. And finally, the processing of applicants will take weeks or months. And there is usually a deadline. And the deadline could be tight. Okay? So let us look at a case study. The new branch. The 10 newest branches of McDonald's in Camanava, that's Caloocan, Malabon, Navotas, and Valenzuela, under one franchisee. Ibig sabihin, isa lang yung may-ari ng 10 branches na yon. They are recruiting managers, team leaders, and crews for the store with seating capacity of 120 to 150 customers each. So, medyo malaki yung mga stores nila. Okay? Possibly 2 stories or 2 floors. It advertised online, social media, the company website, campuses, and in broadsheets for 3 days. The stores will have 2 shifts, morning shift and afternoon shift. So the morning shift starts at 12 a.m. to 2 p.m. and the afternoon shift starts at 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Each shift has 1 manager, 1 team leader, 3 fryers or cooks, yung taga-prito, and 3 cashiers and 2 busboys or busgirls. Ito yung mga naglilinis, okay? Naglilinis ng mga mesa. Busboys, busgirls ang tawag doon. Employees work 6 days a week and the outlets are open every day. Okay? So enjoy the picture. Ganyan ang itsura ng counter ng isang Jollibee or McDonald's. Okay? Now, here are the questions I want you to answer. How many employees do they need to hire for the 10 new branches? Second question, can you consider this mass recruitment? Okay, let's look at the answers. The formula in computing efficient staffing is as follows. Total number of employees per day you needed for the first shift and second shift, you have to add, multiplied by the days the store is open, divided by the number of days the employees work. Okay? Okay, so let's do the substitution. Let's apply the formula to the problem. For the managers, you need 2 managers per day, 1 for each shift, multiplied by 10 stores, multiplied by 7 days, divided by 6 days. So you would get a number that is equivalent to 23.33, or round it to the next, 24 managers is what you need to hire. Now for the team leaders, there are 2 team leaders per day, multiplied by 10 stores, multiplied by 7 days, divided by 6 days. So the number of team leaders you need is also 24. Okay? Bakit sobra? Kasi pag may nagde-day off, okay? So meron tayong reliever na tinatawag. Okay? The fryers or cooks, yung mga tagaluto ng ating fried chicken, okay? 6 fryers multiplied by 10 stores multiplied by 7 days divided by 6 days equals 70 fryers or cooks to be hired. And then for the cashiers, you need 6 cashiers, 3 per shift, right? So 6 per day multiplied by 10 stores multiplied by 7 days divided by 6 days equals 70 cashiers also. Now finally, the bus boys or bus girls. You need 4 bus boys or bus girls per day multiplied by 10 stores multiplied by 7 days divided by 6 equals 46.67, or round it off, 47 bus boys or bus girls is what you need to hire. Okay? That's the answer to the first question. The second question now is this considered mass hiring? Yes, the total number of employees is more than 100. Okay? 24 managers, 24 team leaders, 70 fryers or cooks, 70 cashiers, 47 busboys and busgirls, a total of 235 employees to be hired. Okay? So I hope you got it right. Now here is the exercise you need to solve, which will be your recitation. You need to answer the question at the end of this exercise. So this exercise is entitled Replacing Exiting Employees. The Bank of Philippine Islands is undergoing changes in its plantilla due to the COVID pandemic. In Metro Manila, it has a total of 1,800 employees across 120 branches. The HR manager calculated the total number of exiting employees. Ito yung mga aalis na empleyado within the next 2 to 3 months. 275 are availing of the early retirement program. 172 are requested to be transferred to their provinces. Magbabalik probinsya na sila. outside Metro Manila ang gusto nila. 57 have been retrenched, meaning yung kanilang position naging baliwala na, naging obsolete, redundant. So sila ay matatanggal na sa posisyon, okay? Magre-retire na rin, okay? So i-total ninyo yung tatlong yon, yan yung number of exiting employees. Commencing October 2022, the ideal plantilla for Metro Manila is 1,440 employees only, okay? So, question, what is the total number of exiting employees of BPI? How many more employees does BPI need to hire to complete its new plantilla? Make sure you place your answers in the comments section at the bottom of video lecture number 1 for week 11. Okay? Answer this ASAP. Don't wait. Do it now. Okay?